Previously, on the Erzgebirge Aue career mode series, Ernst Hauser led his team to the glories of promotion in just one season, but not only that, they won the league too. After some celebrations with the team, Ernst Hauser met up with Mr. Nguyen for a nice exquisite steak dinner.
"I'm very proud of you, Ernst,"
Mr. Nguyen said in the hottest and sexiest Sigma male voice. The two men knew this was only the beginning though. Promotion was just the first step into a world of many, many difficulties. Martin Mennel. Most clean sheets in the league last season for the veteran. The bright lights of the Bundesliga await him now. Defense. Gaetan Busman is a decent player, but absolutely nowhere near Bundesliga level. Young Milan van Ewijk, though, is looking to adapt to the next level. Florian Ballas, partnered with Swissman Besir Omoragic, have done a solid job at the back so far. Omoragic will hope to not fall into the sophomore slump, though, after a fantastic year. Midfield. January signing Fabian Nürnberger is decent, but there are still questions with him. Clemens Fandrik played a huge role in us promoting, but we need a replacement for him. Finn Obecker was signing of the season by far. He was not even expected to start half the matches, but his vision to make the penetrating pass proved too powerful. Attackers. Jakub Kaminski was more than just a speed demon, but he still got plenty of skills to improve upon. John-Patrick Strauss had a solid year, but was very inconsistent at times. And then of course we have Florian Kruger. He's incredible, generational, everything you want in a young striker is within the soul of this young German man. Mark my words, he is going to maul the Bundesliga. Transfers. We sold Tom Bunkart for 1.4 million. And that's it. That's every sale we made. Mats Breeks. Call him the Cracker. Actually, wait, no. Mats is by far a jump in quality for our midfield, and I'm hoping he can provide both great defensive IQ and important key passes. Oh god, that's not gonna make the squad very happy. Tim Leibold. The left back position was begging for a change. Tim Leibold has one thing to his caliber, and it's the only thing you need to succeed in the corporate simulator. Speed. 5 million, here we go. Oliver Christensen. Yeah, he's our new keeper. 1.9 million, I hope to god this is enough to survive. We also got Ansgar Knauf on loan. We have the option to buy him for 2.1 million as well, which is great. Well, men, welcome to Aue. So with this squad, will it be enough to survive knowing I'm going to sim more than half the matches this season? Well, who knows? First match of the season in the Bundesliga, our very first inaugural season in the Bundesliga, and we face up against Borussia Mönchengladbach. What an amazing half of football. Things starting to look a little bit more active here in the second half as Ballas, great tackle on Sigurdsson, and now a break starts for Erzgebirge Aue. Great ball from Becker as he leaves it to Kruger, runs away from the back line, and it's Kruger versus the keeper. He ain't missing that one. It's our very first goal in the Bundesliga, and it's none other than Florian Kruger to score it. But don't forget, the Bundesliga is a completely different animal from what we faced last season. Mönchengladbach forcing an error out of us, a great tackle by our defense, but it falls right to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson drives forward, has a shot, but it's Ballas with a vital tackle. And now one more last gasp opportunity for Mönchengladbach. Sigurdsson again leading the attack as he drops it to Thuram on the edge of the box, passes it to Neuhaus, now back to Thuram. Thuram with a little bit of skill finds Sigurdsson, it's saved by the keeper. An incredibly clutch save by Christensen, our new signing, and we escape with a win in our very first Bundesliga match. Next up on match day 2, the Sweethearts of Germany. And of course, having to play Leipzig this early on gives us a little bit more of what we have to face in these upcoming months. And now it's Nkunku leading the attack as he gets around one defender, another defender, hits the post, and we get quite lucky there. Progressing forward again, it's Leipzig as it's Maqwell on the wing. He's tackled by Leibold, and then Leibold does a really good job at just containing him. He has to force a back pass, and now it's fallen to Sabitzer, now to Leimer. Konrad Leimer trying to find some space, and he's tackled by Van Ewijk, and unfortunately it's a penalty for Leipzig early on. Muriel to take the penalty for Leipzig, and it's Christensen to save it. What a brilliant save. Honestly, that was a pretty bad penalty, but we'll take it. It's another save by another Aue keeper, but in come Leipzig bombarding the defense again. It's Orban, the defender, as he pushes forward, passes it to Muriel, now to Borde, and Borde with the shot. Great pressure by Ballas, and it leaves it to nothing. Mukiele again on this flank as he drops it to Borde, and now to Sabitzer. Sabitzer drives forward, great pass to Muriel, and it's a great save by Christensen. Christensen really turning out to be a fantastic signing so far. And it's not even the second half, and yet still Orban is pushing forward in the 39th minute. Not too sure why you'd be doing that against a team that just promoted, but nonetheless, a great defensive play by Aue's defense, and now it leads to potentially a break for Aue, as now Strauss drops it to Becker. Becker lures in two defenders as he sees the run of Florian Kruger, and it's all by himself versus the keeper, and it's a brilliant finish near post as Florian Kruger again scores in the Bundesliga. 2 matches and 2 goals. You love to see it. It's still a point, I don't care. First sim of the season, and it's against Hamburg at home, and we lose 2-0. Now we face up against 14th place Hertha Berlin. Please excuse the kick clash. I know it looks absolutely horrible, and I'm sure you can't even tell really what team is which. But nonetheless, let's go back to the game, shall we? It's Piatek as he goes into the box, tries to beat Omaragic, does a really good job at defending him, then leaves it to Luke Bacchio, and it's saved by Christian off the post. And again, this man is really showing what he can do. But here come Hertha Berlin again. It's Khedira. Now pass it to Rodriguez. Gets past one defender. And just look at all the space he's exposed in the Aue defense. But then Omaragic with an absolutely brilliant tackle. Doesn't take him down. Only gets the ball. It is wonderful from him. And it was all Hertha Berlin in this match. We didn't have a single shot even off target. It's Toussaint though, luring in one of the defenders. Is now Piatek. But then Omaragic again with a fantastic slide tackle. I'm telling you, man, he was an absolute bargain in Switzerland, and he's going to turn into an absolute star soon. We draw against 18th place Freiburg, and then after that, we lose to Stuttgart away from home. And looking at the table, you would say that we shouldn't be concerned too much. But look at our goals for. We've scored 2. Match day 7, it's 12th place Hoffenheim. Throw in for the Purples in the 40th minute. It's Leibold receiving it from Nürnberger, who passed it to Finn Olbecker. Now Mats Ritz with plenty of space drops it to Florian Kruger, and it's a fantastic finish. Again, this man has scored another goal. He's actually scored every single one of our goals so far, but nonetheless, we are 1-0 up against Hoffenheim right now. Hoffenheim with the chance into the second half, 64 minutes played. It's Dabur as he tries to find someone in the box. He passes it to Kramaric, and Kramaric with some brilliant passing play to find Baumgartner right near the center of the box, and he finds the back of the net, and it's 1-1 here in Aue. Scenes here as Aue don't have an attack that is directly a counter-attack. It's Finn Olbecker going into the box, immediately leaving the box, passes it to Kaminski. Now Nürnberger linking up with Florian Kruger, turns his defender, tries to get a shot off, doesn't work out, so he drops it to Knauf. Knauf, great find to Kaminski. How the f did you miss that? Have we won a single sim? Well, now we have. We get a 2-1 win against Bochum in the cup. And now the biggest opponents I would say yet. Borussia Dortmund. 14 minutes in, and Dortmund are playing exactly like Arsenal Football Club. Now Finn Olbecker starting the counter-attack. A fantastic ball to Florian Krug. Dortmund finally actually representing what their kits are meant to stand for, liveliness, as now Emre Can starting an attack, but it's a terrible pass from him. Now Hummels with a terrible header, falls right to Finn Olbecker, a great through ball again to Florian Kruger. It's just him versus the keeper, and the keeper saves it. Here, as you can see in the table, our goal scored record is still kind of concerning, but nonetheless, at least we're still 12th in the league after 10 matches, winning 11 points. And we just still cannot manage to get anything in these simulations for the most part, with a 1-1 draw against 18th place Werder Bremen. Match day 12, and it is now Bayer Leverkusen, who are 6th place in the league currently. Here come the Werkself with an attack developing. It's Vendel as he passes it to Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey dropping it to Palacios. Palacios sees the run of Goulart, but it's Omaragic again, somehow getting to that, and it's a corner. On the following attack, it is a short corner to Bustos. It's dealt with pretty well by John-Patrick Strauss, as now he starts up a counterattack. Van Ewijk is just going to run away from every single Leverkusen defender. This is exactly why we bought this man. Pace. And now as he continues to run, he delivers one in for Finn Olbecker, and it's a fantastic finish from that man as well, as we get a 1-0 lead off a counterattack. Typical Erzgebirge Aue football. Into the second half, a corner delivered in by Mats Ritz. It's headed away though, falls right to John-Patrick Strauss, who takes one from way out. Oh, Leverkusen got one back, but it didn't really matter in the end, and we get a vital 3 points and a pretty incredible win against Bayer Leverkusen. Classic simulation against 17th place Bielefeld as we get a 1-1 draw, and followed by that, I didn't really care too much about the cup this time because our squad depth is just not fit for that. and we lose against Frankfurt, surprisingly on penalties. And now looking at the table, we're 10th place, thanks to a draw against Dortmund and also a win against Leverkusen. But I'm sure that'll change when we have to face league leaders Bayern Munich. And much like just realistic Bayern Munich, they do not care the size of your club. You could be large, you could be small. Well, actually, if you're small, they have absolutely no mercy on you. As here, it's an attack from them and a goal from them just 8 minutes into play. 18 minutes now, Bayern continuing their bombardments of our defense as they continue to expose every single crevice. It's Gnabry with a fantastic finish into the top right corner, and it's 2-0 after just 20 minutes. Oh, here they come again in the 35th minute. Have we gotten one singular attack still? No. It is Müller this time. The Räumdeuter finds Goretzka, and it's just too simple. Was the keeper supposed to stop that? Of course he wasn't. Finally, things started to calm down. Just a little bit. Into the second half, 55 minutes played. The Räumdeuter now to Zirkzee, passes it to Brozovic, all by himself. It is just the defense being exposed time and time again, and Bayern have a 4-0 lead. We did get one singular shot on target later on though, so I call this a win in my book. Alas, finally, we get a win, and it's 7th place Schalke we actually beat in a simulation. And then followed by that result, we faced up against Frankfurt. It was just one of those matches where we just held on to the very end and something could potentially happen. Now it's Kruger, pass it to Fandried. Fandried now to Kruger, and now it's a fantastic ball to Matritz, who just runs in behind the defense, no one even seeing him, and he finds the back of the net as a result of that, and we escape with a 1-0 win away from home. It probably would have been a good idea to play this match, but oh well. Finally, I get to tell you folk about Radek Peder, also known as the next Petacek. To further his growth, we sent him out on loan in Brazil for the rest of the season. Quick look at the squad, and yes, there are some improvements we could maybe make, but with our financial situation, that will not happen this year. We simmed against Leverkusen at home, and it was kind of a mistake because we lost 4-0 against them. But then immediately after, we simmed against 14th place Werder Bremen and won 3-0. Kruger had a brace in this one. And now again, Borussia Dortmund. Let the games begin, Dortmund. How about a counterattack early on into the 26th minute, as it's Finn Olbecker hopping over one defender, and a great ball to Kaminski, who then drops it to Nürnberger. Nürnberger just making the rare attacking appearance, and he finds his first goal in a Bundesliga match. 1-0 to Erzgebirge Aue. Just like that. Chance to make it 2 for Aue? Quite possibly. It's Matritz though, terrible pass from him, and now it's just Emre Can going forward, sees the run of Erling Haaland in behind the defender, and he has found the back of the net. Immediately, it is 1-1. Aue, we're not taking no for an answer though. It is now Jakub Kaminski, who hasn't really done much besides run down the wing and lose the ball, but this time it doesn't look like he'll actually lose the ball. He crosses it in. It's John-Patrick Strauss, doesn't get the successful header, but then it falls right to Kruger somehow, who wins the header versus the other defender, and we have a lead before halftime. Dortmund looking a little bit more serious though. Witzel now to Can. Can going forward again, finds a great ball to Hazard this time, and there was no chance for the keeper of saving that one. It's deadlocked. Hold the line, boys. A last minute chance for Dortmund here. Meunier heads it down to Haaland. Haaland then drops it back to Meunier, who crosses in for nobody. Another sim, another loss. 2-1 against 9th place Mainz. And now Bayern. Nothing particularly happened until the 60th minute, which is quite shocking knowing what happened in the last match against Bayern. But it's Koeman as he runs towards the byline. He's covered pretty well by Ballas, and then he turns, drops it to Kimmich. Joshua Kimmich gets past one of the defenders and then drops it to Gnabry, who drills it home. 1-0 to Bayern. It would only just be 1-0, so improvements? Not really, we didn't have a single shot in this match. Finally, the sim gods might actually be on our side. 4-0 win against Bielefeld, and also not to mention, Kruger got a hat-trick in this match. And here's the table as we go into the month of March. We are down to 11th place though, but have no fear, we have a game in hand. And what do you know? We win again, this time against Stuttgart at home. 1-0 Matritz with the only goal. And then followed by that is a 2-1 loss against Freiburg. Pinoy Pride will have to pause for a bit. 5th place, Wolfsberg. We lost 4-0, I believe, last time, so maybe we could redeem ourselves. Nothing happened in this match until the 60th minute. A counter-attack for Aue here. Quite exciting stuff here as Florian Kruger finds a brilliant ball to Jakub Kaminski in behind the defense, and he could take the shot, but he drops it all the way to Knauf, chests it down, brilliant finish, and it is Knauf's very first goal for Aue in the Bundesliga. And then a little bit later, Mats Ritz setting free Knauf as he runs away from his defender, and he has plenty of room just to run into the box and drop it right to Florian Kruger, and in between the legs of the keeper, Florian Kruger gets himself another goal in the Bundesliga. We win 2-0 against a very favorited Wolfsburg side. Match day 27. Second place, RB Leipzig. And again, the kit clash. Just ignore it. Try and see one of the teams as blue and the other as purple. Nonetheless though, Bore, set free. Great save by Christensen though. Rhythm starting to unfold for Leipzig, but it's disrupted by Nürnberger's tackle, and now Nürnberger could lead a break for Aue almost immediately. It's Finn Olbecker. A fantastic ball to find Florian Kruger. Him versus the keeper. And he misses it. That was quite a quick month. We're into April now, where we're still 11th place, and yet still the gap between us and Europa League spot is really not that far off. But even if we want to kiss the feet of a Europa League qualification spot, we have to find a result against Borussia Mönchengladbach. But I'm telling you right now, it was not easy whatsoever. It is Omar Ragic, special delivery, FedEx delivery, right to Hannes Wolf, has a one-on-one with the keeper, but Christensen stands still and saves the day for us there. Mönchengladbach just dancing around our box like we are nothing to them. It is Sigurdsson, as he tries to find the passes it to Hannes Wolf. Now Hannes Wolf drives forward, gets around one defender, tries a shot, it's another brilliant save by Christensen. Listen, this man might be 71 rated, and we might not even play him next year, but he has been incredible for us. Attacking chance again for Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's Wolf tackled though. Knauf passes it to Van Iwik. A brilliant ball to find Finn Olbecker in the center, and another fantastic lob ball, just a signature link up to, of course, that man, Florian Kruger, who is of course gonna finish that one. No way the man who is 84, 85, 86, 92, whatever his rating is gonna miss that. 1-0 to Erzgebirge Aue off another counterattack. Aue using the momentum to their advantage now. Knauf passing it to Finn Olbecker. Finn Olbecker driving forward towards the defense, passes it to Nürnberger. Nürnberger then passing it to Becker. Slowly but surely, the Borussia Mönchengladbach defense is bending, and Florian Kruger is just gonna find the back of the net again. This man is on fire, and he's actually the top scorer in the Bundesliga right now. We simmed against 4th place Frankfurt at home and lost 2-0, unfortunately enough, and of course, we had to have something happen, a red card. Then we lose 2-1 against Schalke on a sim. They were 15th. You remember when we beat them when they were in 7th? But don't worry, we bounced back with a win against Hertha Berlin, who are currently 7th. And then we followed that up with another win, this time against Hamburg away from home, who are currently 17th. And now, we have only just 2 matches remaining, and looking at the table, we have jumped up to 9th thanks to those 2 wins. And might I mention, we are just within 3 points of a Europa League spot. Our next matches are against 12th place Union Berlin, and then 6th place, believe it or not, Hoffenheim. The stars could possibly align for us here. We started out early, and this time it's not a counterattack for once. It's Mats Ritz, passing it to Becker, turns his defender, has a shot, saved by the keeper. 27 minutes played though, it's Berlin with an attack. It's crossed in, but Ballas, great clearance out to Strauss. Now Strauss passes it to Van Iwik, who loses the ball, and now Union Berlin through Butler has a shot off the post. Again, we get very lucky. Keep peppering the goal men. Treat the net as if it were the woman of your dreams DMs. Endless shooting of shots. Men, we shall find a way through this imaginary force field called abysmal finishing. Oh, one more match. We have the chance to qualify for Europe after hanging around 10th for 6 months practically. All we have to do is beat Hoffenheim by more than 6 goals. But first, here's the thing. We actually have to beat Hoffenheim, and it's not looking great because an attack already for Hoffenheim. It's Balde, it's Omar Ragic, not a great slide as it just leaves Gacinovic in on goal, beats the keeper, and it's 1-0 thanks to Gacinovic? But have no fear, the man who has been practically carrying us on his back, he is going to have scoliosis after the end of the season, and again, he scored for us. It's now deadlocked at 1. But Hoffenheim, we're not having any of it. It's questionably Gacinovic. Now to Stanchu. Grilic, pass it to Balde, a fantastic ball to him, and he finds the back of the net. 2-1 to Hoffenheim. Oh, you thought there was more because suspenseful music was playing in the background of a Maqwell video. Well, you're wrong. End of Season 2, and here's the table. Even though we did lose our last match, we did still finish 8th place, which is just 1 position off potentially qualifying for the Europa League. But it's alright. We'll come back and bounce back, and we'll definitely qualify next year. A look at who's actually won the league, though. It was Bayern. Is there any shock there? Absolutely not. And then looking at the teams that will be relegating, Bielefeld and Hamburg, while VfB Stuttgart had the potential to relegate if they don't beat third place in Bundesliga 2, Heidenheim. But the two teams that will be promoting to the Bundesliga next season will be Augsburg after just one season in the second division, and Cologne. Köln, I've heard like both ways of saying it. I don't know what the official way of saying it is though. League top scorers, and it's Florian Kruger in just his first season in the Bundesliga, beating out Robert Lewandowski, the Raumdeuter, Leroy Sané, Erling Haaland. The list goes on and on and on, and you have him in first place with 21 goals after 34 matches. He was huge for us. If it weren't for him, we would be absolutely nowhere near the mid-table, and we'd probably be bottom of the league. On the assist, there's absolutely no one for us, but it's the Raumdeuter, Thomas Müller in first with 14, then Serge Gnabry with 11, and then Jadon Sancho with 11 as well. Clean sheets, no shocker there. Manuel Neuer with 20, then it's Gulaschi, and then Castells from Wolfsburg with 13. But we shouldn't forget about the fact that Christensen actually had quite an impressive season. Am I going to continue playing him? Probably not. His rating doesn't really reflect something that can continue on with the squad, especially as we are actually simulating the matches this time. But still though, 11 clean sheets, ranked top 5 in your first season in the Bundesliga at that rating. Pretty impressive. And just a quick summarization of the overall top scorers. Of course, there's Florian Kruger with just 27 goals to his name, nothing that huge. Then after him is Mats Ritz, who had 6. It's that big of a difference, guys. See, you know it's a bit of a problem when the third best top scorer for you is your center defensive midfielder. Actually, the second and third top scorer are center defensive midfielders. And then you look at the assists, nothing that crazy, obviously. Jakub Kaminski leading the team with 4. Actually, he's tied with Finn Olbecker and also Florian Kruger. The attack has potential, it just needs those other puzzle pieces to really complete it. And then just a quick look at the defenders and their clean sheets records. Florian Ballas, for his rating, was actually quite impressive. And then of course you had Besir Omaragic, who was just an absolute beast. And I just want to point out that this keeper here, the future Petr Cech, Radek Petr himself, we loaned him out, he's already grown to a 71. 6 ratings in just 6 months. So I'm just saying, we could either get a new keeper or we could rely on this guy, kind of wait him out a little bit, play Christensen just a little bit into next season, or maybe buy someone else that has a little bit more reliability, but still have that plan B of having Radek Petr eventually start for the team at a higher rating. And a look at the squad itself, you have the goalkeeper position, of course, Oliver Christensen. Then the back 4 of Tim Leibold, Besir Omaragic, Florian Ballas, and of course, Milan van Iwijk. Then we have the sitting midfielders of course, Fabian Nürnberger and Mats Ritz. On the wings, of course, we have Jakub Kaminski and then John-Patrick Strauss, and I think it may be time for a replacement on the right wing. I love John-Patrick, don't get me wrong, and it's mainly just because he's Asian, but listen, he's 71 rated, and we need to move forward. I gave this guy 2 seasons to maybe grow a little bit more than he has, and it's just not happened, so it's time for a change. We're not going to sell him, obviously. We're never going to sell this man. I promise you that. But still, we need to find a replacement. Then, of course, in the attacking midfield, we have Finn Olbecker, and he is just a fantastic player. He's already 80 rated after 2 seasons. You have to keep this in mind, right? He was 65 rated when we begun. It's been only 2 seasons. And then let's not forget also that there was this other guy that was 72 rated at season 1. He's 84 after 2 seasons. Florian Kruger. This man continues to grow. Time and time and time again. He will not stop growing. I promise you, he will very much reach a 90 by season 3 or season 4, but honestly, I'm confident that it happens in season 3. Now, things are going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to do a transfer Q&A because that means I have to make an extra video, and that's just going to be a little bit of a hassle in terms of, you know, all the plans I have for the summer. So here's how we're going to do it, right? You guys are just going to suggest me players in the comments, and we're just going to call it a day. I'll give you guys the needs, which is basically a right midfielder, a new center defensive midfielder, a new center back, and and potentially a goalkeeper that is more of a temporary option as we wait for Radek Petter to grow into an absolute god. We have a budget of now 27.2 million, so surely enough we'll be able to buy at least some improvements to the squad. If you think we should sell any players, then do tell me in the comments below as well, but the main focus is, of course, getting these new positions: a right midfielder, a center defensive midfielder, a center back, and a goalkeeper. Our transfer budget, of course, is, like I said before, 27.2 million. Next episode won't be next week, but probably the week after. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.